Well, on to other news now. Hundreds of Bahamas Power and Light customers spent the weekend in and out of darkness as officials struggle to keep the lights on. The loss of generation units, the primary blame, which extended much of the load shedding activities across the island. After much criticism and complaints from angry consumers, B.P.L Chairman Donovan Moxey shed some light on the challenges and what officials are doing to mitigate their problems. Here's Jiminita Swain.
Bahamas Power and Light staging a press conference Monday to explain just why those load shedding activities carried into the weekend. In fact, for its chairman Donovan Moxey, it was simply to offer an apology as well.
Firstly, Bahamas Power and Light Company would like to apologize to its customers and the residents of New Providence for the unacceptable power conditions experienced over the weekend, and to apologize for the gross inconvenience associated with the widespread and extended power outages. Let us be clear, what occurred over this weekend was an anomaly.
While it acknowledged that B.P.L has a history of power generation capacity during the summer months, Chairman Moxey insisted the last few days were out of the ordinary. B.P.L confirmed over the weekend that it had lost 2 of its generating units. Chief Operating Officer Ian Pratt on their status.
Work also continues at Blue Hills in order to return the 2 units that were impacted over the weekend to full output capacity. Both of those units are already back online, but there's some additional work to be done in order to get them up to full power. Further, once those machines are back up to full power, we'll be able to then restore to service our steam turbine unit, giving us additional capacity. It is expected that the work in Blue Hills on those units will be executed during the course of this week going into next week.
Now, while load shedding is anticipated this week, some relief is in sight.
This is in the form of the rental units from Agreco, the first bank of which we expect to be installed by Wednesday of this week, with a second bank of Agreco units generation due to be installed by the weekend. These rental generation assets will relieve the pressure on our system immediately, and together with machines that are being repaired and brought back into service, will give us some breathing room as far as the load is concerned.
B.P.L will pay just under $2 million for the Agreco generators. Residents had to contend with load shedding lasting up to 4 hours. Chairman Moxey explained how the load shedding process works.
In order to protect the system, whenever a generator goes offline, there are certain areas and certain parts of the grid that are automatically taken off. And so what you may have seen, or first persons may have seen, with having electricity come right back off again after maybe being on for about 30 minutes to an hour, may be one of those events that occurred where the system automatically dropped loads. And then we try to bring those loads back up into the system as quickly as we possibly can.
He also outlined B.P.L's phased generation improvement plan.
Bahamians will be starting to see a relief once Station A comes online. It's a brand new power plant, which we expect, once it's operational, to not have some of the glitches that we're seeing with some of the older machines and older technology. And then when you look at having Shell come online, then our full base load for New Providence, which will be probably around 220 megawatts, will now be satisfied by brand new power plants, brand new engines. And so at that point in time, we'll be using lower cost fuel, inclusive of the LNG.
Ultimately, a new power plant is what B.P.L hopes will bring some relief to its power generation issues. For now, they're just asking customers to bear with them a little longer. Jiminita Swain, ZNS Network News.